Hi everybody, welcome back. Hello Delta and Bladevap, hello Kiwi of the Dead, Modal, Hypernova, Water Malone, long time no see, Sylvaneer, good to see you. Let's see who else is here. Flareon, hello, welcome back. Kiwi, thank you so much for subscribing for 15 months. Stimulation, says Kiwi. I'm feeling very stimulated right now. And thank you, Sylvaneer, for subscribing for 29 months and saying Vlaime. Here's... Oh, there is an echo. Hang on one second. I know what it is. There we go. I had my own stream open on a tab by accident. There we go. I just meant to have the manager open, not the actual stream. Okay. All fixed. Thank you, Horizon. I loved the comic that you made. Feel free to link it in the chat if you want to. No pressure. Horizon made a fantastic VAP comic. So this is a commission I'm working on for Giuseppe, who may or may not be here right now. If you're there, Giuseppe, shout out to you. This is a mystery dungeon team discovering the Ilex Shrine, which is one of my favorite locations in any Pokemon game. And I really like it, and I'm really happy to be drawing Celebi. I think our friend Cyndaquil needs a little bit more shading. Their fur looks very light in this image. Darken it up a little. There we go. Let's see, Delta, thank you so much for subscribing for 27 months. You know what time it is? Get it time because Celebi. Hi, Legacy Foxes, how are you? Hello, Stumbles. Bladevap, thank you for 100 bits. No thought, head empty, give me pizza. Hello, Jose Javier. Looks like we're on a hype train officially. Everyone's getting hyped for time travel. So we can leave this, the year of our Lord, 2023. Go to a different, better time. If you could time travel forward or backward to any year, what year would you go to? I think I would go forward. Like, just like 50 years. Like, not that long, but just to get a little taste of what's going on in about 50 years. So I can, like, prepare myself, you know? Invest in the right stocks, that kind of thing. Alright, there we go. Got the colors. Mecha, thank you so much for 1,000 bits. Holy cow, now we are 83% of the way through a level 2 hype train. I really appreciate it, Mecha. 1,000 bits for 1,000 years of time travel. Mecha is going to 3023. Model says 1969. Vap, do you like reading Time magazine? Already leaving 2023 behind. Oh, preventing Frisk from falling. Yes, yes, yes. And no, I didn't burn food tonight, by the way. I was late because I was brushing my teeth. And I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of zenned out. Do you ever just brush your teeth and, like, get lost in the sauce? I feel like that's a weird thing to say. I was just brushing and brushing and brushing, and then I was like, oh, it's time to go entertain the good folks. Alright. Cubone needs a little bit of shading, too. So I've got the right playlist on for this evening. This is like forest video game music, which I thought would be very appropriate. There we go. Give Cubone a little bit of shading there. That's better. Sylvaneer, thank you for the 1 bit. Did you burn your teeth with the toothpaste? Hypernova, thank you for the 12 bits. I'd love to go back to the 1920s and live through to the 60s. Ooh. Getting all into the Prohibition era. There we go. I don't because I hate mint toothpaste. Hype train no go up. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate. Nothing better than starting a stream drinking some water. I agree. It's time to sip from the void. Pros of 50s and 60s, great and cool cars. Cons, no Pokemon. That's true, huh? But you could come up with Pokemon before anyone else did. Hi, Flarefly, how are you? Oh, it's your birthday, Flarefly. Happy birthday. And Mecha, thank you for cheering 100 bits to get us 90% through a level 2 hype train. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mecha has gone an additional 100 years into the future. I'm just gonna think for a second. What am I doing here? I have a very specific color scheme in mind, and I'm trying to make sure I don't lose track of that. Because this is going to be like at dawn, I think. That seems like the right moment. Modal, thank you for 4 bits. How old are you turning, Flare? Mixing up some very dark green over here. I know it's hard for you guys to see it, but I promise that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna add a little bit of purple to kind of darken up the tone a little bit. There we go. Got a nice intense bluish green color. And gonna start doing the grass here in the foreground. There we go. Gotta make sure I leave lots of room for Cyndaquil's little feety weeties. And by the way, I finished playing Inscription. You'll be so proud of me. I actually rolled credits on Inscription last Friday. It was a really good game, and if you haven't played it, I definitely recommend it. It's good tactically, the story's cool, the art's cool, there's a lot of hidden secrets. There's a lot of secrets I didn't even get to. Definitely recommend Inscription. And then next, this upcoming Friday, I will be playing The Spirit and the Mouse, which you guys voted for, which I'm very excited. It looks like a delightful little game. I don't think it'll take near as long to play as Inscription. Probably Famous Last Words, but I'm pretty sure it's shorter. Oh gosh, thank you for the bits, you guys. I'm sorry, I need to like finish this coat of paint, but I promise I appreciate the bits, and I will read out who they're from in just a minute. I just need to get this whole coat of paint done in one go, or it'll look funny. But it looks like our hype train has rolled into the station. Choo choo. All aboard. Alright, there's the grass. And there's some more grass over here. Oh, I love this tune. Do 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 do. Y'all ever seen redwood trees before, like in person? They're so cool. I really would like to spend some more time in a redwood forest someday. Alright, almost done with this layer, and then I can see what y'all hooligans are up to. Do, 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 do. There we go. Okay, the grass has been grassed. Wow, it looks completely gray on the readout, but I promise that it is green. Okay, let me catch up here. Let's see. Thank you, Modal, for the 4 bits. Thank you, Mecha, for the... what is that? Let's see. That is 69 bits. Thank you, thank you. Flare is turning 26 years old. If Pokemon existed in the 60s. Oh my gosh, this is cool art. Wow, I really like this. I'm saving this to look at later. That's awesome. Officially closer to 30 than closer to 20. Feedy Weedies, the breakfast of champions. Delta, thank you so much for 100 bits for the hype train. I'll miss the fun times of Inscription. Choo choo. Inscription looks scary, like a horror game for the little amount I was able to watch. It's definitely scarier in the beginning and gets more just kind of like interesting as time goes on. Lag Forest Night. Reminds me of a comic. That's right, Horizon. Realized I could have when I was in California. Now I'm mad about it. Wish I could. It's a tree the size of a mountain. I wound up skipping those streams because I'm not a huge horror fan. The next day will be something I'll vibe with better since I miss Fap Game shenanigans. I think you'll like The Spirit and the Mouse. It is unscary. Thomas is huffing and puffing for the hype train. Exactly. Yeah, no, Spirit and the Mouse is very, very lovely and charming and sweet and wholesome. You will not be scared, I promise. Okay, what am I gonna do next? Let's see. Got that part. I think I need to clean up my line art a little bit back here. I don't even think you can see my sketch because the camera is so light, but there's a whole bunch of trees and stuff back here. And there's like a cloud of sparkles up behind Celebi. And a whole bunch of trees. Tweez. Just gonna clean it up a little bit so it looks good. I'm gonna get the dust onto the ground. 1 second. I wish I had like some interesting stories or something to tell tonight, but I really don't. Do you guys have any interesting stories to tell tonight? Let's see. Happy little trees. May need VapChat's help on something. Oh boy. What is it? Blade Vap, here's a train outside. Yeah, what do you need help with? I'm very curious. I wonder why my camera doesn't know what color green is. I'm gonna put something very green in front of the camera and see what it thinks. This is like lime green. What is wrong with my camera? This looks like gray. This is so weird. What about my my green Cougar plush? I guess he looks a little bit green. Pretty weak though. He's like highlighter green IRL. I love my Cougar so much. Yeah, his camera really just doesn't do green. It's anti-Kermit. Oh yeah, you need a name for your Sona. Do you want like a serious name or a goofy name? That is the question. I had a dream last night that I had to drink water with tadpoles in it. I didn't know you had that plush. This Blade Vap. Yeah, I have a handful of Neopets things from when I was a kid. I was a really big Neopets fan. Camera's starting to exhibit red and green color blindness, which is common. Excited to see the watercolor though. I need to watch for the practice. Oh yeah, we're just about to get into the watercolor background and stuff. Just making sure I don't have too much pencil. Okay. I miss Neopets too, Kiwi. I miss when Neopets was good. Alright, so I'm going to use my big boy brush, this thing, and start working on the background, which is going to be sort of interesting. Oh, you know what? I should take a video for my Instagram. Instagram loves when I take a video of what I'm doing. 1 second. Let me just take a really quick video. Don't mind me. There we go. Okay. Since Twitter is, I don't know what Twitter's doing lately. I'm trying to make sure I actually remember to post on my Instagram and stuff. I think Twitter will be okay, but it's good to have a nice diverse platform of places that you put your stuff in case one of them really poops the bed. Okay. Lots of yellow. And I'm going to add a bunch of water to it because I don't want it to be like that thick. And then we're going to do like the whole background kind of washed in yellow here. I don't usually use this type of a technique, but I was watching a person on Instagram who makes really wonderful watercolors, and they almost always do this, which I thought was very interesting. Oh, this music is so fitting. It's a watercolor artist who goes by the name, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Moffingram, something like that. Moffingram. And they start like every watercolor by just like dumping paint just right onto the, just like dumping wet paint onto the canvas and just like splashing it around. They have a very relaxed way of working that I want to try and emulate a little bit because I feel like I'm a very uptight painter. I need to chill out. Or at least try some new techniques. Doesn't mean I need to change everything, but experimenting is good. Maybe I'll learn something new. I think this is the best forest theme in any Pokemon game. They really nailed it. I'm just gonna sop up a little bit of this. Doesn't need to be that intense. There we go. I can see the paper's already starting to buckle a little bit because it's getting so wet. But that is the way of things on this earth. I'm trying to think of a good name for a swampert. I can't think of anything good. Well, it'll come to me when the time is right. Alright, let's get this little crack here. And underneath. Yeah, it feels nice to paint in a loose style, very relaxing. And I'm working on a really big piece of paper compared to what I usually do. So it gives me more freedom. Usually I'm working on a piece like half this size. And having freedom is a good thing, I think. A little wiggle room. Alright, there we go. Add a little yellow in some of these spots where I feel like it kind of came out softer than I wanted. There we go. All yellowed up, baby. Make sure I didn't get any little errors here or there. Nope, looks pretty good. There we go. And now we shall wait for this to dry out a little bit while I talk to you guys. Okay, let's see. Loved my funky little guys. Horizon says, I got watercolor pencils recently and it's interesting using them. Oh, those are cool. I've never really gotten the hang of those. Topic suggestion, green Pokemon. Like shiny Ursaring. I used to really love Ivysaur when I was younger. A lot more than Bulbasaur or Venusaur, and I don't know what that was all about. What's your favorite green Pokemon? Might not be my thing. I seem to work well with markers, but still like to be well-rounded. Question for y'all. Do you consider cream cheese a legit cheese or a cooking ingredient? I usually consider it more of a cooking or baking ingredient, I think. I don't know what is the legal definition of cheese. I have a Neopets fanfic in the work. Oh, that's cool. Larvitar is green and mean and my favorite bean. Hi, Boulder, how are you? Heard you were talking smack. I'm a Delta, gonna help with name suggestions. I prefer the watercolor artist who goes by the name truly of Vaporeon, or the one who goes by Owlbarrow. My finger MD's nuts in your mouth. Cheese background. Bob Ross Fap seems like a good comic idea if it wasn't done before. Swampede. Shrek. Laguno is my favorite Mudkip name. Oh, that's nice, because it's like lagoon. Hi, I like Magpulse. How are you? My cat's sitting very cuddly kitten currently. You're cat sitting. I misread that. Hi, Lonely Tuatara. Gefelticles is my favorite green Pokemon is Shaman. Do you like the hedgehog version or the dog version? Hypernova says my favorite green bean is Sprigatito. Roselia, oh yes. Finger food somehow got auto-modded. Sorry about that. Ah, Stumble says I might be getting an orange cat soon. Working on adoption stuff now. Yay, I love orange cats. I hope you get him. That's great. Just joined to cheese. Hi, SilverGame25. Hello, Bootsukoi. If Moto was able to activate auto-mod. Favorite green Pokemon is also Shaman. Meowscarada is quickly growing on me, though. I do like Meowscarada. Cream cheese is my favorite finger food. Hedgehog is better. Both are good. I like both forms of Shaman. You can't keep me down. Best green Pokemon is Maractus. Yes, I love Maractus. Name the orange cat Graph. Finger food isn't allowed, but seductive as Shadow Cucklet is perfectly fine. Good luck with orange cat. Okay, let's see. Names for a Swampert. What about Reed? R-E-E-D, since reeds live in swamps. And it's also a name for men. Hi, Svelte. I hope you sit down at a fancy restaurant for a nice meal and get to serve my shorts on a gilded porcelain platter. Me too. Wow, cat tummy. That's a beautiful image. Shiny Latios is the best green Pokemon. The dog form in the movie is the same voice actor as an actor did Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog. Wow. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. I should think about how Shaman, or not Shaman, wow, how Celebi's eyes look. Looks like it has a darker blue kind of inner ring. I'll start working on that now. Oops, I got some yellow in my blue, which I definitely don't want. Just turns it into green. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Some nice blue, all mixed up. There we go. Add a little bit of water. And give Shaman its, or no, not Shaman, Celebi. Give Celebi its inner pupil area. There we go. I'm gonna be calling this thing Shaman the whole stream, I swear. Does Shiny Lantern count? That's still mostly blue. Shiny Espeon. I love Shiny Espeon. I'm a huge green bean fan. All the way. 100%. The cat's name is Buckaroo. You could call them Delta if they're a representation of you, but not everyone does it that way. That's true. I was tempted, but it doesn't feel like an actual name. It's Onion Shaman. The Shaman painting is so gorgeous. Test. And my favorite green one. Shiny Beedrill. Yes, I love Shiny Beedrill. That's a really good one. I got one in Let's Go Eevee. Keep getting told by Automod my message has been allowed. That's weird. I'm seeing your messages, Delta. No problem over here. Let's see. Yeah, this is still pretty wet. I need to be careful that I don't paint things that are right up against the yellow there, or it'll start to bleed, and we can't have that. Let's give Cyndaquil a mouth. It deserves one for sure. Oh, this is perfect. It's Mystery Dungeon Forest music. It couldn't be more perfecter. Alright, there's its mouth. So they can scream. Marowak is green if it's shiny. Shiny Espeon, it's great. Shiny Machamp green, I think it is. Automod thinks y'all are valid. Every single message. You ride your hand accidentally rest in a wet patch of paint and make a handprint? Yes, I have. That's so bizarre. I'm sorry about the Automod, y'all. I don't know what its deal is. It's just always been a little try-hardy, you know? I'm trying to think of more good Swampert names. There we go. Eye is a little darker. Whoops, that's black, not blue. I need some blue paint. Black would be a little bit dramatic. Whoops, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. No problem. Pond scum, no! Fart idiot dinosaur loser. Delta wants a nice name, I think. I hope. There we go. Added a little bit of shading to Cubone's helmet. There we go. Looking better, looking better. I don't know if I've ever painted Cubone. I know I've drawn it before, but I had to look up, you know, the reference art and stuff because I wasn't 100% sure on the color palette. So I think this might be the first time. Let's see. Reed is definitely interesting. Keep thinking of this with the name. Like deer backwards. That's really funny. Let's see. Vap Jr. Thank you for following. I'm Alien Does Art. River deltas are a thing. Delta Delver. Oh, that's cool. Delver is pretty cool, actually. Hi, I'm Alien Does Art. This is so freaking cute. I love it so much. Thank you very much. I like your Emolga and Minchino emojis. Hi, Raspberry Usagi. A friend of mine at a DRC in a tabletop RP named Reed. It was meant to be Canyon, not really a name, but anything could be a name if you try. That is good. You could name it Clay. After my roommate. No, after living in the clay and the muck. Silt. What about mica? Mica is like pyrite, isn't it? Like that like glittery stuff that you can find in water sometimes. I used to go swimming at a lake when I was a little kid in Connecticut at my grandparents' place. There was this lake out in the forest and it had a lot of mica in the water that made it like really sparkly and beautiful. Slimo. I'm doing great. I'm Alien Does Art. Clayton, is your Swamper a canyon or a cantian? Michael, it's your birthday. Even better, Mycicle. Cake and ice cream is on its way. Mudcle Clayton. Named a PTU character Stanley once, but it's not super thematic. I like Stanley. It reminds me of Holes, the book Holes. I think it's time to do what's it called? The stone here. These are like stone steps with moss on them that are leading up to the shrine, and I think it's time to do them. So we're gonna make those by mixing some navy blue with some black as a base to make a nice gray color. And there's a little bit of green in it, which is fine. Works pretty well. Let's test this and see how I feel about it. It needs to be like pretty different to the moss. Yeah, I like that pretty well. I don't know why I started like in the middle like this. I guess because I love to suffer. Let's start over on the left instead. Oh, is this from Minish Cap? This sounds very familiar to me. I'm gonna be doing like little speckles of gray to kind of show the moss growing in and around the stone. I've never really done mossy stone before either. This is kind of a first for me, but I'm liking so far the effect. Yeah, I think that's nice. As usual, the color is not correct on the camera, but don't worry about it. It will look so good when I finally scan it. There we go. Now I'm doing this in sort of the correct order. That way my hand doesn't rub on the wet paint if I start in the middle and move to the left. One of the first things you kind of figure out when you start working in a wet medium like watercolor is how to not get paint all over your hands and body and face and desk. Sometimes I still do it, just by accident. What is the name? Is it Florigato, the middle stage in between Mioscarada and Sprigatito? I really want to make a comic about that guy because I like his yo-yo. Here's a question that'll be really confusing if you didn't experience this, but I swear is true. I went to a pretty normal middle-of-the-road elementary school here in SoCal, and every once in a while we'd have like, I don't know, like theater groups or just like different people would come by and do a presentation in the auditorium, and it was usually pretty entertaining and sometimes kind of edutaining, you know, some kind of message or don't do drugs or whatever. But we had a guy who came a couple times, probably when I was in like 4th grade, maybe 3rd grade, And he was like a yo-yo guy, and he did tricks. And then he sold yo-yos. Like, he, like, set up a yo-yo selling stand, like, on campus. And I don't know why he was, like, allowed to do this. Because yo-yos aren't, I mean, they're fun, but, like, they're toys. You know, they're not, like, an educational toy. But this guy taught us a bunch of yo-yo tricks and showed them off on the stage, and then just sold us all yo-yos, and we fell for it. And I owned a whole bunch of yo-yos for years. And I could do a couple tricks, but I wasn't very good. And I really don't know what that was all about, because usually they kind of, schools like forbid, you know, bringing toys to school or anything like that. They usually don't like that type of thing, so I really don't know what that was all about. I'm asking you this like a dentist, because I can't actually read your messages. This is like asking you a question when I've got all the dentist tools in your mouth. I'll get back to you guys when I can read it, but yeah, tell me if your school had any weird dudes that came and tried to sell you yo-yos. We also had a very cool guy who was in a different category than the yo-yo guy. He was a drummer, and he would like come and do drum circles where we all got these like cool plastic drums and like long tubes called boom whackers. They were just like long hollow tubes that made really cool noises when you whacked them on stuff. And we would just do these big drum circles, and he would just like teach us how to use them and how to appreciate different like percussion noises. And then he'd be like, all right, now, you know, we're gonna be in the jungle. And then everyone would try to make their percussion sound like jungle animals, you know, and we would just vibe out. I think it was one of the cooler random people who came to our school and did a presentation. I really liked that guy. He made me feel happy. And I feel like with kids, like, letting them be annoying percussionists for a while is a really good way to, like, burn off some of that energy. Because kids love to, like, tap pencils and just kind of make noise, and you gotta get that out somewhere, right? I don't remember if we were allowed to buy boom whackers, though. I don't think he, like, had a boom whacker stall or anything. But, I mean, it's just a plastic tube. It's not like it's hard to, like, make. Okay, there we go. The stone is done. I'm just gonna go in here. Fix this little edge. There we go. Cool. Okay. Oh, Trikami, you're raiding with a party of 6. Welcome, my friend. I was just about to catch up on the chat here. Good timing. Okay, where was I? Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so many messages. Sorry. I really should have read sooner. Bartlett. Chex Mix Muddy Buddy. I love Muddy Buddy. Vinish Cap. A farmer with a great future, but the DM disliked me. Oh, that's the worst. Pokemon Orange Bananas gives me PMD vibes. Yes, this is a PMD commission, specifically. You can buy milk to get a bottle. Here's a Minish Cap tip. You get a free bottle if you buy milk. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask who's your favorite Pokemon, then I saw the emotes. I do love Vaporeon. Emilian does art. What's your favorite Pokemon? The best Pokemon name is Scrungo. Favorite Pokemon is Ho-Oh. Barbaracle. Vaporeon's top 3. How about Pete Bog? If you get paint more places, there's more paint chips to eat. You start communicating with the dead so you could be a wet medium. Yes, Florigato. Second thing to learn, warning them not to drink the magic paint beverage. Florigato's yo-yo trick, walk the dog. I used to be able to do walk the dog. Walk the Arcanine. The yo-yo man did not answer. He just kept on yo-ing. Oh my gosh, the great yo-yo fad of 2005. Wow. Great Vap. Now I don't know if I'm hallucinating remembering that guy. Did you invest in a Fushigi like my friend did? No. We had a guy who did bike tricks. Miascarda's flower is actually attached to it, but the vine holding it aloft is hidden by an optical illusion. That's cool. No yo-yo's here. We had a laser light show where they did songs from Shrek. What? Yo-yo was a fad in China. Also Pokemon Red and Blue. Learned to walk the dog and that's it. Being irresponsible children you were, you just hit each other with tubes. Someone tried to sell us Beyblades. Boom whackers. Trikami's rating. Trikami, what were you doing this evening? Oh, you were streaming Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2, Explorers of Sky. What perfect timing. Yo-yo is the original fidget spinner. Can't remember any presenters, but I know we had some. They must not have been very memorable. Did anyone else have to sell magazine subscriptions in school? Yes. Stumble says we had to sell chocolate bars. A guy from Native American group come once and that was awesome. Oh, that is cool. Favorite Pokemon is Froakie and its evolutions. Ah, cute. I love Froakie. They tried to have us sell fancy chocolate. I remember reading on the pamphlet we'd get a ratty Chuck E. Cheese toy if we made $200, so I ate the fancy chocolate instead. Best yo-yo trick I ever did, just smack myself in the face. Watching the stream with my muddy buddy. Boomhauer's favorite new game. Boomwhackers. There's Muddy! I love Muddy. Dang old Boomwhackers, man. Talking about that dang thing, man. That's my best Boomhauer. I'm sorry if it was very bad. Okay, let's do a little bit of shading down here. This is like the underside of the roof. How far are you in Explorers of Sky, Trakami? That's such a good game. One of the games of all time, for sure. Alright, there we go. Got a little bit of shading. Do some up here. Oh, it's really not long until Tears of the Kingdom comes out, huh? Feels like such a weird dream. I feel like it's just gonna be like 10 more years. I'd really like settled myself in to like wait, you know? And then it is gonna come out much sooner than I thought. Vap, it was good. It's raining hard in Indiana, I can hear it. Oh boy. What if for April Fool's you did a stream where you drew Vap comics where everyone talked like Boomhauer while speaking like Boomhauer? Currently up to the Aegis Cave, didn't feel like doing it today though. Fair enough. What's your strategy? Are you like a full Reviver Seeds kind of person? Or do you like to move very slowly and strategically? Or what's your approach? Dratini mumbles and talks like Boomhauer. How long until the game comes out? Let me double check. Hi, Nick's Mad Science. Thank you for subscribing for 10 months. The big 1-0. Never got deep into the lore. PMD, Pokemon Ranger kind of guy. Oh, those are great. Those are really great games. Okay, let's see. Tears of the Kingdom. I typoed it really bad, but that's okay. It comes out... 1 second. Please hold. May 12th, 2023. So how many days till May 12th? 114 days. So pretty soon we'll be under the 100 mark for Tears of the Kingdom, which I think is pretty poggy-woggy. Let's catch up here. Never got deep into the... I already got that. After Trini got into cars like Boomhauer, my Dragon Heresy would get along very well. He's into cars. New bandana, themed after Vaporeon's body patterns. Ooh, that's cool. Very nice. I have neural strap. Always carried 3 to 4 Reviver Seeds with me. Thank you for clipping Boomhauer Vap. Tears of the Kingdom comes out this year. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for more news of Metroid 4. Oh, comes out in 1 second. And Tears of the Kingdom? Is it Tears of the Kingdom? Or Tears of the Kingdom? Tears in the Kingdom. 2 games I'm excited for in the spans of 3 months. Oh yeah, Jedi Survivor. It's Kingdom Hearts. Still need to beat Breath of the Wild. I cannot believe I stalled like I did. How far are you in Breath of the Wild? I definitely did not want to beat that game. I put off beating it for a very long time because I didn't want it to be over. But now the clock is ticking, my friend. Gonna put some like texture in here so this moss doesn't just look flat, because moss is very fuzzy. The area I live in is very dry and arid just naturally. I'm in San Diego County, so I don't see a lot of moss. But we've had a bunch of rain lately with all these storms. So everything looks like so much greener, and it's kind of strange. I'm like really not used to it. It's good though. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, we really needed that," which is like the classic thing you say when it rains. I feel like people have been saying that since like the dawn of humanity. Probably with more fervor back when everyone was relying on the crops coming through, but I just think it's funny. Oh, the green doesn't look green on the camera. Okay, maybe 2023 will be the year of my new camera. I really need to replace this. It looks so crummy. Tears Against the Kingdom. Tears or Tears? Remember the trailer of Tears of the Kingdom was delayed in the UK because it was a coincidence. That was so bad. I beat the Zora and Goron Divine Beast, went to the desert, lost interest with other games, grabbed my attention. You 100%ed the game? Oh my gosh, the Koroks. That's horrible. Moss is delicious. I do not speak from experience. How do you sort the moss? Here to California, got a lot of rain. Parents and sisters still live there too. Yeah, we got a big storm. Dad's been saying nice weather if you're a duck. That's a very dad thing to say. Sprayed by Vaporeon water gun. Wow, we really needed that. It's true, it's true. We did. I'm just kind of thinking for a second of what I want to do next here. I think I know what I want to do. This grass looks too green to me. Doesn't look too green to you guys. Probably doesn't look green at all. Who even knows? But I'm putting a coat of blue over it to bump it down a little bit. And I want this front area to be really like saturated in general because it's really close to the camera, so it should be like very in your face, bright. Whoops, I think I need a little more blue. Brilliant Diamond is not very good, I don't think. That's a hot take, I'm sorry if you like it. To each their own. But I really did not like it very much. So, many things to play out there. I liked the revised like underground sections though. I thought those were really cool. There we go. Beautiful. God, I had such an experience. I went and saw Puss in Boots for the second time on Sunday because I love it so much and it's like one of my favorite movies ever. And I went to see it again and I got a couple friends together who had not seen it before. And I was like, cool, meet me at such and such theater. And I looked online and they had a showing at 3:20. So I was like, great, that's fabulous. Nice middle of the day showing. Probably some families with kids there, but not too many people overall because the movie came out a while ago, right? No big deal. I almost bought the tickets online, but then I was like, well, I can just buy them in person. But like, I truly mean I almost bought them online, as in like, I went all the way to checkout and was like ready to hit like buy. And then I was like, yeah, I'll wait. So I got really far into that process. And it didn't give me any like, you can't buy these, you know, it was like, it was normal. This is foreshadowing, by the way. So I get to the theater like 10 minutes early, right? I'm gonna sneeze, hang on. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I got to the theater like 10 minutes early, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go buy the tickets because my friends will be here soon and they can just Venmo me or whatever. So I go up and there's like two groups in front of me of people who are probably in their like late 20s, 30s, you know, like pretty big groups. And they're all there to see Puss in Boots. And I watch as both groups get turned away for some reason and they look all disappointed. And I'm like, oh God, what is it? So I go up and the lady working there is like, actually, this is a juniors showing, which apparently means you need to have someone in your group under the age of 12 to see the movie. But you can't, it doesn't say that like on the marquee, and it doesn't tell you on the website or anything. So you just have to hope you're not going to like a kid's showing. So she wouldn't sell me any tickets. So I was like, oh man. So my friends all arrived and I was like, sorry guys, we're too old to see Puss in Boots. Which was embarrassing. So we found another theater nearby and we're like, okay, we can go see Puss in Boots at this theater. No big deal. It's fine. No problem. And I got in the car and it was pouring rain and I rushed over to the other theater so we'd get there on time, and my friends weren't there. And I wait for like a couple minutes and finally I get a phone call from one of my friends being like, hey, did you go to the wrong theater? And it turns out I did. I fully just went to the wrong theater because it had a similar name. So then I had to get back in the car in the pouring rain once more and drive another 20 minutes. So it ended up being like more than 45 minutes of driving overall to see Puss in Boots, like across town from my initial place of desire to see it. And I finally saw it, and you know what? Puss in Boots is so good that it was worth it. It was worth all that crap. I almost cried trying to get to this movie theater. But it's all worth it for Puss in Boots. I love him so much. He's my little meow meow, as they say on Tumblr, only it's accurate because he is a little meow meow. All right. Ah, my brush was escaping. There we go. So if you haven't seen Puss in Boots, that's my final recommendation. I promise I'll stop bringing up Puss in Boots on stream. I just really liked it. Okay, let me catch up here. Ori soundtrack. I've heard those games are wonderful. Thanks for following, Jayzan. I have a GameStop gift card for Christmas. Maybe I'll get a used copy of Breath of the Wild. I was gonna get Brilliant Diamond again, but nah. Another fun Buckaroo the Kid, in fact. His cat goes bananas for sink water. I didn't really like it, but I have a strong nostalgia for Hoenn and Sinnohgens. Yes, that makes sense. I think I'm gonna have my Sona go by Delta, but his actual name is Reed, inspired by how Blade Sona goes by Blade, but isn't actually named Blade. I thought it was just if the fountain was running, but no, he's still in there. What did you try to show off that freaked out your camera? A Pokemon sticker or coloring book? It was an I Spy Pokemon book, and there was too many images in it. I saw it the other night because someone wouldn't shut up about it. Vabs' Boulder. Did you like it? I may have a stronger attachment to Brilliant Diamond than most would prefer themselves. Gotta see that, I've heard good things. Oh, Lonely to Atari, you would love it. Not gonna lie, we're beyond needing Pokemon remakes now. Watched it recently too, it's so good. Right, Silver Game? Didn't like it all that much though, you're valid in your opinion, Vab. Thank you. It's weird people don't like Diamondy Diamond and Pearly Pearl because they're almost one-to-one copies of the original. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, it's a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I wanted there to be more than just the originals because I've played the originals so many times. Thank you for all the blessings, except for Boulder. Blessings of Mara upon you. Ageism in action. Would Comic Fab bring Dratini for a junior showing of a movie? Probably. Senior's night for Puss in Boots. Never too old to watch cartoons. You know what they say, it's even better the second time. Keep bringing it up, so stumbles, Vap. Don't lie to yourself. Or something. I don't know if they actually say that. Rayman 3. Havoc. I don't watch Puss in Boots, my friends are so busy. See it by yourself, Flair. It's that good. It's worth it. Let me go get the book that screws up the camera and we'll see if we can ruin it again. 1 second. Found it. I loved this book so much as a kid. Destroy camera. Okay, the cover seems to be okay. Let's see what it thinks of the inside, though. Hey, has my camera perhaps evolved? It's doing good so far. Good job, little camera. What do you think of this page? Is that okay? Wow. Maybe it had a software update or something. Because, yeah, I remember my first stream back after my surgery. This book ruined my camera. It's a really cool book, though. I loved this book a lot. Just sitting and looking at the pictures is so relaxing. Yep, no problems. Good job, camera. You did it. Boulder says, I loved it. It was a fantastic movie. Before I saw it, I did watch the 2011 Puss in Boots, which is okay, but it introduces a kitty and did build context for the second. Yeah, the first movie is, like, fine, but I'm really glad you liked the second one. Never let us forget Puss in Boots. Behold the horrors, camera. First 3 seconds of Last Wish is better than the entirety of the first. Don't let the hashtag pussy sweep die. Welcome back, Legacy. It's immune. I like Antonio Banderas. Yeah, his voice is wonderful. That was a year ago. Oh my god. The ghost left. Camera's proud. I love that book. Forgot there was a third one. Wonder if the art's so busy the autofocus algorithm can't make sense of anything. Yeah, I definitely think that's it. It really trips it out in a big way. I feel like I need to go over the line art on these scarves a little bit. They're looking kind of weak somehow. Gonna kind of just darken them up a little bit. Doesn't need to be huge, but a little something goes a long way there. That's better. Yeah, something about this particular shade of blue can make some pretty weak line art. Jizan says, I need to watch the other Puss in Boots movies to understand this one. No, you don't. You can just jump right into the second Puss in Boots. All you really need to know is there's a guy named Puss in Boots, and he knows a cat thief named Kitty Softpaws. That's it. And they're in Spain. They're in fantasy Spain. But even if you didn't know that, you'd be fine. The movie assumes that you don't know anything about it because the last Puss in Boots came out like 10 years ago, so very few people even remember. But yeah, it's wonderful. They did great animation. Has a bunch of heart. The jokes are actually funny. is cool. The soundtrack is a real bumpy, exciting ride. It's a roller coaster of fun. Whoops, there's a whole bunch of black on my brush, like a big streak of it. There we go. Sometimes with watercolor, you end up with like a glob of paint where you don't want it, and it can really mess you up. Like unwatered paint, you know? You have to be very careful. Alright, giving this last step. Shading, and pretty soon we're going to start working on that background. I think this yellow is getting dry enough to start fiddling with it. You just never want to like push it if the paint isn't ready, but I think it's just about ready. Do a couple more details here and then jump into that. There we go. I made soup today. And you know what? It came out fine. I always think when I make soup that I'm gonna like make a really good, amazing soup. And so far I really haven't. They've just been fine. I really want to up my soup game this year. I'll keep working on it, but amazing, delicious soup continues to evade me. I don't know what it is. Maybe my standards are just too high. Okay, there's one step. And then 2 steps. I'm sure I've talked about this before on stream, but I have this thing where if I am listening to like a specific podcast or, you know, YouTuber or whatever while I'm doing the art for something, sometimes I will associate that painting with whatever podcast thing I was listening to. And unfortunately, when I was working on the sketch for this, I was listening to a video by a YouTuber by the name of Ask a Mortician, she's a very nice lady, and she works as a mortician, and she answers questions that people are kind of afraid to ask about, you know, that whole industry. But I was listening to a story that she told about cannibalism while I was working on the line art. So I just keep thinking about cannibalism. But anyway, her channel is very good. She did an episode about Moby Dick, which is very interesting. Let me catch up here. Kitty self-pauses introduced in the first movie and has a particular dance sequence in the first movie that returns in the second, but otherwise makes no sense because it defies gravity. That's true. Soup. I'll steal your soup. Soup is often fine. Hi, Texty Clips. The first Puss in Boots movie happens prior to the events of Shrek, while the second movie happens after the Shrek quadrilogy. Shrek quadrilogy. Just buy it at the soup store. I like putting gochugaru in soup. I've never done that. I went to Aldi's for the first time ever. It sucked, way overhyped and confusing. I think you have to be like familiar with their products a little bit. It's a confusing place. Biggest problem with soup is you have to season the broth. The Shrek cinematic universe. I'm looking at making the best tomato bisque known to mankind after the grilled cheese kick this week. What is your favorite soup? That's a good question. My favorite soup. I do like me a creamy soup for sure. Why are you buying soup at the soup store, Vap? Why are you buying soup at the Vap store? You can sometimes find clothes in there. I like a nice Italian wedding soup, like a hamburger soup. That's good. I like a nice creamy, what's it called? Clam chowder. Jazan, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Vap chat officially. Ask a Mortician rules. Her videos are great. Yeah, they really are. I beg your pardon, Vap, are you a cannibal or a cannibal? Schweck. Schweck is way funnier. Puss in Boots. Schwecksy. Minestrone is mine. Do not look up Siege of Suyan casualties. Chinese history's messed up. I won't. Borscht. Yeah, borscht is good. Any creamy soup is good. I've never actually made a creamy soup, though, for myself. I've always just made, like, clear broth type soups. Like, the one that I made today was, I think it was it's like made with like chicken thighs and fennel and bell pepper and potato and a couple other things like that. And it's pretty good, but I don't know, maybe I should try a different soup. I think I'm getting souped out on this soup. I want a soup with a little more chutzpah, you know? I miss being in the Vap chat with Puss in Boots, though. It's incredible. It's so good! The best soup I've ever had was butternut squash soup. Oh, yum. My favorite soup is coffee with hair. My job actually has me wiped out. Might have to melt into bed early. Understandable, Modal. I have a lot of painting to do, so don't worry about it. I will be here. I hope you have a lovely rest. I feel like I need the line art, the brown line art, to be a little bit oompier on these guys. It's a little weak. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, there we go. Much firmer. Now you can really actually see his outline a little better. I'll do the same thing for Cyndaquil here. Yellow is good as kind of a starter, but there we go. Looking good, Cyndaquil. Much better. Did you know there's an app that tells you when to go to the bathroom during a movie? I just heard about this recently. I've never tried it out before. I guess it like knows when is the best time to miss a few minutes of the movie. I think it even like tells you what happened if you like really don't want to miss it. Because I hate missing any part of a movie, so I just try not to have to go to the bathroom. Let's see. I do a secondhand store before. I bought a coffee mug that was some sort of youth program themed mug called Cream of Team Soup. That's awesome! Cream of Team! Recently made Taiwanese squid soup based on hot and sour soup. Oh, that sounds great. Favorite soup is pho, especially, I don't know how to pronounce, bun bo hoi, spicy beef noodle soup. Oh, that sounds really good. I love pho. My college used to have the best cream of mushroom soup. Oh, yum. Favorite soup is Maruchan chicken ramen noodles because I'm poor and can't afford nice food. You can add a little scrambled eggs, some frozen peas to that, dress it up a little. Can't go wrong with a good chicken noodle soup. Corn chowder is also amazing. And chicken tortilla. Oh, yeah, I like chicken tortilla. Normalize movie intermission breaks. I heard about that last week, but you don't really need it if you bring a bottle. Theater question about, what are your go-to snacks at the movies? I think you can't go wrong with just like normal movie theater popcorn. Whoops, our playlist ran out. There we go. Okay, playlist is back on. You can't go wrong with just some normal movie theater popcorn. I like it a little light on the butter personally. Call me crazy, but I don't want too much butter. I really like Dots. I often bring my own snacks from home because I always have like different chocolates and stuff at home. I really like fruity gummy candies. My mom, SB Mom, got me a snack subscription box that has snacks from like all around the world in them. So I've been bringing those to movies lately and they're wonderful. This month's box is from Austria, and it has a lot of Austrian chocolates in it. I pronounced it right! Yay, Hypernova! IRL Theater World figured that out centuries ago. An entire app? Never thought about adding scrambled eggs to ramen. Yeah, you can just crack the egg right into the water when it's still really hot, like near the end, and just stir it around, and it'll scramble and cook in the soup, and then you're actually adding some protein, and it should be fairly cheap, too. Did this a lot in college. Soup is hella good. Drowned Man Tonka. Oh, I love Tonka soup. Gen 8 soundtrack. Yes, it's the Slumbering Weald. You ever seen the nutrition facts on Dots? Well, I know that Dots are just straight up garbage. You're just eating trash. Ooh, popcorn with M&Ms. That sounds great. Yeah, I mean chewy Dots. What kind of Dots are you talking about? Oh yeah, snow caps. I forgot about snow caps. I don't think they really have them in theaters out here very much. Snow caps. It really feels like a throwback snack. Alright, I think it's probably time to start doing the background. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk through this to make sure I understand what I'm doing. We'll be doing more shading and stuff here once I actually have the background blocked in, but I want to do the background first. I'm going to be doing like dark, like blackish purple tree trunks, because it's going to be like the bright yellow light of dawn is shining through the dark forest. And then the upper branches are going to be like a dark purpley blue with some of the light like shining through the leaves. I think that would be really sick. In fact, I'm going to draw a couple spots where I want there to be little bits of light poking through so I don't forget-y. There we go. Yeah, and then in the trees that are farther back, I'm going to make them a little bit of like a lighter blue, not as dark purpley. Oh yeah, I do like jujubes. Smuggle the scummies in next time. Ice cream drops that are chocolate coated. Movie theater cookie dough bites. My roommate Clay always gets a cherry icy, and I think that's suspicious because his mom got really sick when Clay was pregnant and could only eat cherry ices for a long time. And now he really likes them, and I feel like there's something to that. Getting snow caps and putting them in a popcorn. I haven't seen them in theaters in a long time. Harder and harder to find out at theaters. You done did it. Ordered a new copy of Breath of the Wild. Only cost 26. Hey, that's good. Oh yeah, dibs. Junior mint, but the filling was raspberry. Oh, that sounds good. I would like that. That sounds very nice. Okay, how am I gonna do this? First things first, since I'm doing a whole bunch of painting at once, I'm gonna get... Sorry for the noise by the camera. I put my bowl of paint right by the camera. I need to get some black and some purple out and like ready to go. Probably some blue too. So I don't have to stop in the middle. Hi Static, how are you? Wow, it's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. I'm just about to get started on a big fancy background. Ah, I'm getting paint on my fingers, don't want that. Twizzlers, oh yeah, I love Twizzlers. I'm trying to remember, there's red vines and then there's Twizzlers. Twizzlers are the ones where you unpeel it, right? And red vines are the one where it's just like red licorice. Where the heck is my purple? Not this purple. This is bad, stupid purple that we hate. Here's the good purple. Okay, got it. Paint tube ASMR. Eesh. Okay, let's get the purple. Oh, I really need to replace this purple. It's dry and almost empty. I have to fight it to get it out of there. There we go. Got a little bit out. I need to do a run to the Blick art store. Valentine's Day is coming up. Reminds me of the time you played How to Full Boyfriend. You're gonna play a Valentine's themed game this year. Oh, I didn't even think about it. I should though. What's your favorite color to brush your teeth with? I like green. Red vines taste better than... Red vines taste better, but Twizzlers have a better texture. Yeah, I do love that Twizzler texture. Okay. It's time to begin our mixing. Starting with a lot of purple. Sorry you can't see it. This picture is so big, there's not enough room to jam everything on here. So I've got a lot of purple and a lot of black. Mix some blue in there to lighten it out a little bit. Add some water. A little more blue. A little more water. There we go. Got a nice base to work with. And we begin. We tread boldly. Oh, I should definitely get some of this on video for Instagram. I'm not only multitasking, I'm like quadruple tasking. There we go. Had to stop talking for a second to get that recorded. This is cool looking. Experimenting with art is fun. I kind of forgot. I like trying new things. It is good. And then up here, I'm gonna do the top of the tree. I love using this big brush too. It makes me feel very powerful, very authoritative. Put some little speckles here. Keep working my way across the top. Gotta be really careful I don't bump into Shaman too much. That's the tricky part with using a big brush. You must be delicate. very carefully, avoiding Shaman's little antennae. Putting some little holes where the light can shine through the trees. And then the branches are going to kind of come down like this. Lots of little holes for the light to shine through. All right, good start. And then we're gonna back up so I can get down here before this dries out. I'm gonna use a smaller brush actually for this part. That's my wisdom. Remembering to wake up for a second. I'm gonna leave like a thin yellow outline around each leaf here. And the hard thing about experimenting is that I really have to like focus. I can't just like autopilot. So I'm sorry, chat. I will get back to you. I still love you. It's not you, it's me. Probably. Okay, let's see. Foliage comes down like this. And all the way across. There we go. I like kind of working on this yellow base here. It means like the colors end up really nice and interesting because there's a yellow like shining through a little bit. I like it quite a bit. And then there's a branch right here. And if it's my job to make the branches look good, that means I am in fact the branch manager. Yuck, 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 yuck. Ah, yuck, 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 yuck. And there we go, getting right up into the corner there. And now we shall do the trunk of the tree, which comes down like this. And comes all the way down to the forest floor. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty cool. And you know what? I'm just feeling a little sassy right now. I'm gonna do another tree back here. Since I'm already going full Bob Ross on it, might as well. Just feels so nice. There we go. And almost done with this little section of trees, and then I will catch up on the 5 bajillion messages you guys have sent. One of these days I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna look up and the chat will just be dead. Form some kind of coalition to not talk for like 20 minutes straight. Okay, time to switch to a more delicate brush for this section. Leave a little bit of an outline there. Oh, it's so slow going with a tiny brush. I know I need to. I need to be patient and and chill and mellow and calm. But I can't. There we go. I love art because you're always learning. You're never done, you know? You can draw every day for 20 years and still figure out new ways to do things. It's so much fun. There we go. Okay, phew. Okay. This layer is done, and I will catch up on the chat. Let's see. Red vines. Stale red vines. Black licorice. Chewy but not sticky. Got a game recommendation I can DM to you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, please do, Boulder. Twizzlers are sticky and I don't like it. Never had black licorice and I don't think I want to. It's definitely an acquired taste. Big brush makes it feel like a proper big boss girl gamer. Shaman. Don't even know the previous song before the PMD one. Shaman. Did I say shaman again? Eat black licorice to appreciate the red. I agree. Sham wow. She's breaking up with this gang. I don't have the mental strength to draw a tree with black paint over it like that. You'll get there. You just gotta practice. Ah, thank you for redeeming Hydrate. Drink the forbidden water. It really does look like I'm just drinking like pure tar oil. Boo! Vap crabs. It's the capitalist cackle of Mr. Vrabs. Unsubscribed. Tab away for 2 minutes and suddenly a tree. I can't unsubscribe. Don't let her forget Shaman. Happy little something. Trees need more friends. This is the new Malville theme, right? From Ruby and Sapphire? I'm not sure. I wasn't even listening to the music for a while now. Looks like we have been listening to The Slumbering Weald, Sunshine Forest from Mother 3, Apple Woods from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Kokiri Forest Day from Ocarina of Time, Forest Theme from New Super Mario Brothers, and Beware the Forest Fungus from Kirby and the Rainbow something. It's cut off. Curse, I'm assuming. They get lonely because all their friends leave. Oh, what are you drawing, Hypernova? Koji Kondo rules. You're hysterical. You need to chill the flock out. You said shaman twice instead of Celebi. Hydrate or Bihydrate? Oh man, I'm just deep in the shaman world. I can't get out. Help! Oh man, that's really funny. I guess because we just don't talk about Celebi that much. I mean, it had its heyday for sure. It had movies and stuff, but it's just not a super modern Pokemon. Because yeah, it was in the movie and it was in the Mystery Dungeon game, and that was kind of it. Just gonna do a little wood grain on this part of the thing. Make it look a little more interesting to look at. Oops, I dipped my hand into the tree paint. I need to be very careful. I like this song. This is a cool song. Alright, let me see what this song is from. This is Beware the Forest Fungus. Okay. Let's see. Are you growing your beard out? I bet you could probably grow it long. Wish I could figure out other ways to wear the bandanas I have. With your eyes! You know, it's sad we get these paradox Pokemon from the future and the past, but no Celebi! Oh, that is sad. Super modern Pokemon is my new electro-synth band. I'd listen. There's always DLC. Tree paint? You mean resin or sap or liquid amber? Don't know how much facial hair I have any. It sounds difficult to have to shave all the time. Add some wood grain down here. Yeah, that looks good. I feel like I'm not in love with these things. Darken those up a little bit. Grab some more brown. Some purple, purple, brown, brown, purple, purple. And kind of darken this up. It just looks too light to me. I guess because it's facing like away from the light source, that's probably why it looks too light to me. I'll have to go over all these little wood panels and make them darker. And I'll be adding shading at the very end, of course. Shading for my shaman. I knew I said it that time. That was on purpose. For the record. Do you guys remember the spiky-eared Pichu event? I really liked that event. Like any event that gives you a cute little cutscene. Go all the way across here very carefully. One of the reference arts that I'm looking at to draw the shrine correctly is the art of the spiky-eared Pichu event. Hey Vapitonio, you ever see Kubo and the Two Strings? Yes, I did. I really liked it. I need to watch that again. The animation's so cool. I prefer to be clean-shaven. Once grew out a goatee and got a ton of compliments, but hated how it looked regardless of compliments. Didn't feel like me. Well, it's important it feels like you, ultimately. Inside story! Look good with facial hair, but I hate the feeling. Does it get itchy? Spiky-eared Pichu remains trapped forever in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Ah, it's so sad. They should really make it so you can transfer it. Just gonna go over the edge of these steps a little more. Now that it's dried, I can see the edge needs a little touching up. I love how creepy this theme is. There we go. Steps are looking good. Let's see. Facial hair can be itchy. I can unlock stuff. It can be itchy under the chin if you go for too long without shaving. Yeah, that makes sense. And then my roommate has to use a lot of like different like fancy products to keep his beard all fresh. What am I gonna do next here? I feel like patience is really the key to this particular image. Because I really want to do all these background trees here, but this definitely isn't dry yet. I can just shoot the breeze with you guys, I guess. What's your favorite Pokemon that is a very boring color scheme? Like a solid, like, you know, just like a white Pokemon or like a brown Pokemon. Pokemon that's got nothing going on in terms of color palette, but you just love it. Sleep tight, Blade Vap. Flareon. Yeah, Flareon's kind of your standard fire type color palette. But if it's not broken, don't fix it. Absol. Stop talking for 20 minutes and make Vap go insane. Glaceon. Oh yeah. I wish Glaceon had a little more pizzazz, a little more spice. Absol is wonderful though. It's so dramatic, you know. Krabby. Aww, I love Krabby. Truly a Pokemon left behind by time. I do love Krabby. I'm gonna darken up the line art on Celebi, not Shaman, Celebi, just a little bit. God, I keep remembering that video I was watching about cannibalism. I don't know what part of the brain that is that like associates images with like memories and stuff. It's just very interesting to me. Alright, there we go. Celebi's liner is a little bit more powerful. Poen's Linoon. Oh yeah, that's a very simple Pokemon, but it's so good. US Pokemon Center just released this. Yeah, I saw it. Okay, so the plush that Delta has linked to is so funny to me because it's the Vaporeon Comfy Friends plush. This is 18 inches wide, which I'm very much assuming they're measuring from the tip of its tail forward, so like long, not wide. Because if this was 18 inches wide, that would be a very large plush. This is about 16 and a half inches tall, which is about as tall as my Build-A-Bear plush, which you guys know how big it is, right? But scroll down a little bit and look at the item weight. It says 17.5 pounds. That is impossible. My Build-A-Bear Vaporeon is less than 2 pounds, and I know because I went and measured it today, because I was like, is it possible that this you know, maybe this big Vaporeon plush could be almost 20 pounds? So I think they just messed up on the listing, which I think is extremely funny. Kakuna! Oh, I love Kakuna. What was the question again? Just Pokemon with boring color schemes. Death from Puss in Boots might be from Mexico. Did you know if you died in Mexico, you died in real life? I have a shiny Absol from Pearl. I love her. What do you think of Crabominable? It's fine. Oh, beautiful kitty. Grimer and Muck are great, and they're just purple. World's bulkiest plush. Babas made with authentic Vaporeon bits. Yeah, I was looking at it like, what did they make this out of? Like lead? Boring color schemes. Pidgey is basic and nice. Yeah, I feel like you can't go wrong with like some nice cream colors, you know? I think I can start doing the trees in the background now. I'm gonna be using a lighter brush though, for sure. And they're gonna be more blue, less black. A little bit of this and that and this and that and that and this and then. Whoops, I added way too much black. Well, okay, time to start over. Oh, gamers. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Okay, I wiped up all the paint, and I'm doing a new one. I really hope that Vaporeon plush is almost 20 pounds. That would be so funny. Imagine getting a plush for $35 that's that bulky. The shipping alone would be crazy. Let's see. Shiny Hisuian Zorua. The weight doesn't make sense. Just weighed my Comfy Friends Quagsire and it's less than half a pound. Brown is a nice underrated color. So many things are brown and so soothing. Yeah, it's very natural. Pokemon Center Japan is a shiny Hisuian Zorua plush and I need it. Love Hisuian Snow. Yeah, that was a wonderful special. I don't know what my Flareon shiny colors be since its fur is purple and its fluff is green. Maybe all green. Coffee beans, chocolate, and tree bark. Closer to 29 pounds. As in GBP. Yeah, the trick that I did, I have a pretty accurate scale, but I weighed myself first, and then I weighed myself holding the plush. Because I can't just place it on the plush, or it won't even register, you know? It's not that sensitive, so that was my exciting trick. Alrighty, got some bluish, blackish color. I'm gonna start doing the trees in the background. These are kind of, thinner trees, I think. I think with this painting, after I finish this stream tonight, I think this painting is gonna have one more solid session in it. I feel like doing the shading and the lighting and stuff will really soak up some serious time to get it right. But it's on its way, certainly. go. Get some blue kind of packed in here. And get kind of the leaves like that. And there's supposed to be another one like this. Be so careful around Celebi's little paws. Very careful going into this little crack here, around the wing, around the antennae. There we go. The camera's not picking up the shades as usual, but I promise they're there. Just gonna dabble in the last little bit of blue here. There we go. And then on the other side, there'll also be a tree that comes down like this. Should have just called this stream Painting Trees Forever. Inescapable trees in Celebi's beautiful shaman forest. Carefully working my way down here, and then this trunk would come down like that. Careful not to boot Cubone's little snoot. So the tree comes right down to the steps here. Yeah, it's starting to come together. Phew. Hope you guys are saying so many wild and fascinating things in the chat for me. I bet you are. And then there should be a tree like kind of back here like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the shape of the leaves. Is this I think Pinwheel Forest from Black and White? Either that or it's the Dream Yard. I always mix those two up. I didn't really plan this tree, but I feel like there should be one more over here. There we go, that's better. Okay, cool. Phew, time for a little break. Meow, 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 meow. I shall catch up on all my friends. Imagine chucking a 20-pound Vaporeon plush at someone. That's a murder weapon. It's assuming you can chuck it. The color brown. Oh boy, a video about the color brown. I can't wait. I'll keep that open. This scene would look neat as a shadow box. Oh, it really would. That would be super cool. Shaman. Wait, she said the right name. Are they paws? I think they're hands. Celebi's got them Powerpuff hands. No one will? Okay, I will. Wild and fascinating things. Do you think Celebi buys cream cheese and time travels with it to the future past its expiration date, then eats it in public with the date in full view to freak people out? Yeah, that's its main hobby. Never was able to finish Black and White despite trying multiple times. Yeah, the pacing in those games is a little weird. I eat cream cheese with salt, pepper, and honey. Oh, interesting. I've had it with, honey before. I still be eating cream cheese specifically. Really stunning piece, Fab. Thank you, Sylvaneer. I'm happy with how it's coming out. The theme of today's episode is cream cheese. Cream cheese is delicious and makes for wild and fascinating discussion. Fair. Plush Vaporeon used plush hydro pump. So, I don't remember if this was in the baking subreddit or the cooking subreddit, but there was an argument, a little while, like last week, I think, because someone had posted cream cheese that had expired like 6 months ago, and they were like, is this still good? And people were like, why would that still be good? And then someone else, as a joke, posted some cream cheese that was like visibly moldy and rotting, and was like, is this still good? And then people were debating about that, and it's been a good time on food-related subreddits lately. And I know cream cheese actually, I think cream cheese is okay a little bit past its date as long as there's no mold or anything, but 6 months past the date, you're gonna give yourself some poisoning. And if it's got mold on it, forget about it. Don't eat that. Cream cheese is not that expensive. You don't have to die on that hill. I'm gonna do like a really crooked tree back here. Tree just going on a weird journey. Drawing trees is fun. Cream trees. Expired cream trees. I need to stop streaming soon. I'm getting tired. You won't know if it's still good till you taste it. Only one way to find out. Isn't mold on cheese a good thing like blue cheese? Only certain kinds of mold, I'm pretty sure. It can't just be any mold, I think. Celebi likes to troll the Joe subreddits. Don't eat anything with mold on unless it's supposed to have mold, and the mold in question is the mold that's supposed to be there. Exactly. Speaking of old food, my parents had a bag of peas in their freezer. It was 5 years past the sell date. Wow. I mean, I admire their dedication, I guess. Cream trees. The world of cheese is dark and dangerous. Keep creaming, we're getting to the Gouda stuff. Found out after eating some, they were fine but tough. Yeah, I think, don't quote me on this. You guys are gonna quote me on this. But I think stuff in the freezer can last a very long time, not being dangerous, but it definitely will lose its quality. You have to be careful about that. I mean, be especially careful with, like, meat, obviously, because that's actually pretty dangerous, but, yeah, a lot of vegetables and stuff, they're just gonna be very tough and freezer burned, but you can still eat them after long periods of freezing. But, you know, use your best judgment, you know? I will quote her on this, and then chat quoted her on this. Anything cold is good to eat forever, Rev 2023. Yeah, send me your doctor's bills, please. Oh my god. definitely remember having to call my mom in college because I had some stuff in the freezer and was just like, Mom, I have no idea how long stuff is good for in the freezer. Please help. And if you like Google it, Google's very unclear on this matter. Oh, I should put some trees like back here, I think. Like behind the... Yeah, I should definitely do that. There we go. That looks more natural. Oh, I really like this song. This is one of my favorite Mystery Dungeon tunes. There we go, that looks better. This is so weird. The longer I work on this picture, the more washed out it looks. Let me mess with my camera. There we go. If I turn the brightness down a bunch, it gets more accurate to how it really looks in real life. Still looks weird because green isn't here, but Stumble says, I had a bag of frozen peas and carrots and some freezer burnt chicken breast. Used it to make a teriyaki chicken dish. Tasted fine, but made me sick 10 minutes after. Oh, that's so sad. You tried. Just trying to, you know, be thrifty, waste not, want not, and all that. Man, 10 minutes later, though, your body was like, get it out. It's an efficient digestive system. Gonna make this wood a little darker. I just think this tune sounds so mysterious and like urgent. Really like the weird mix of instruments they put in it. It's just a cool little tune. The mix of like really dramatic string section, like do 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 do, and then the little flute. It's really good. Phew, okay. Only Snorlax can eat moldy food. That's me and Taco Bell. Google will show one result saying it's safe months after expiration, then below that one that says even one day will kill you. I'd rather eat that again over the bacon chocolate cookies I made before. What's your drawing of? I like it too. What's it called? This song is Lush Forest from Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Oh, this dog drawing is so cute. I like how you did his little face. That's really cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. Dogs are hard for me to draw. I guess because I spent so much time drawing cats. All the dogs I draw kind of just look like cats. It's my curse, my burden to bear. Okay, I think that's probably it for me tonight because I need to work on a lot of the shading and stuff off camera. So I will see you guys on Friday evening, 4 o'clock, for The Spirit and the Mouse, wherein you play an electric mouse that is not Pikachu. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I had fun. I got a lot of work done. I'm feeling productive. Oh, could we raid someone? Let's see. I always forget who is streaming right now. Let me see if any of my buds are on the web. It looks like, let's see. Anyone who's streaming art right now? I'm trying to find an artiste. Whoops. So I just opened someone's stream. My bad. Is Color Brew streaming right now? I don't see them on my list. Well, you know what? We will have to save it for another time, my friends. I will see you on Friday evening. Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye. Meow, meow, meow. do, 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 do.